Hello and welcome back to your 18 WJTS In.form. I'm Kaitlyn Neukam, and we've got a very special treat for you today. We've had a hard time starting the In.form today because these ladies are so enthusiastic, so entertaining. But without a further ado, we have the Mentors for Youth committee members, board members, all of the above. You guys do everything.
Yes.
Erin Kidwell and Kellie Dall. So welcome to you both.
Thank you. Yes.
It's
Keely.
Keely. Oh my God, I am so sorry.
It's okay.
Keely.
It's okay.
She was gonna let me say. She was gonna let me go.
I don't ever correct people. I mean, it's a hard name. I think. I mean, it's spelled weird, so I just go with it.
Keely and
Yes.
Erin, of
Yes,
course.
thank you. Yes.
But thank you for coming by. It's been a little bit since we had you in the studio, which is unfortunate, but that doesn't mean you guys haven't been doing some fantastic stuff, keeping busy otherwise. We just haven't been around to talk about it per se.
Yeah. We're both busy and just haven't crossed paths, which is unfortunate, but now we're here, so
yes, and we all survived Strassenfest, and now you guys are doing a big surge campaign here that we're going to talk about.
Yes.
But Erin, if you will, maybe give us a little bit about what Mentors for Youth is. Give us the rundown. You know what people may or may not know, what the kids benefit from, all the fun stuff that I'm gonna stop asking and just let you go for it, because I know you got it.
So Mentors for Youth is a nonprofit in Dubois County. We serve kids in Dubois County. We were Big Brothers Big Sisters, and then in 2012 we made the switch to Mentors for Youth, and that just allows us to keep our resources local. And so it's been a great opportunity for us to really just respond to the needs of the community and tailor our program to what we need around here. So we match kids that are age 6 through 14, that's when we enroll, with a caring mentor that is 16 years or older. And basically they just spend time together. They, give them that one-on-one attention that they may be lacking at home because they've got multiple siblings, or they're a lot older than their siblings, or they're a lot younger than their siblings. So the person just provides that one-on-one attention, that encouragement, a constant cheerleader, just there to lift them up all the time. And so we have 33 active matches right now.
Wow.
And we have 10 kids on the wait list who really need a mentor. 5 boys, I think, and 5 girls. So we're split even down the middle. We definitely need some male mentors, though, because I think all 5 of those boys could really use a positive male influence. We also provide monthly activities for all the kids, both the matched kids and the unmatched kids. And so we've done all kinds of different things. This year we went bowling. We've gone to Anderson Woods and did like a service project outing. We went to the Bombers game, which was really fun. Yes, Keely organized the Bombers game.
Yeah,
so,
it was a fun night.
Yeah, and they got signed baseballs by Olivia Pichardo, so that's
awesome.
really cool. Yeah. And then what else have we done? We played kickball with the Young Professionals Network last month. So
I think that event, just kind of showed that our organizations work with other, young adults in our community to bring our organizations all together. So
right.
That was a nice event.
That was super nice. And I didn't have to play kickball, which I loved.
I think one thing I'm thinking specifically one of your mentors who is in Young Professionals and does things. You guys have such a diverse age range and, of course, the different genders and whatnot, but a lot of people who are already super involved in the community, but also they can lend a hand to these individual kids, right?
Right, exactly. So it only takes 2 to 4 hours a month is what we ask for, twice a month, 2 to 4 hours at a time.
And that's simply like being able to pick up that kid from school, taking them to ice cream, discussing their day, and then bringing them back home.
Right. Yeah.
Like that's a small amount of time that you but that small amount of time makes such a huge impact in their day.
For sure.
They all, our mentors, look forward to, our mentees and mentors clearly, look forward to that small little bit that they get to spend with those kids.
Yes.
So, I mean, a lot of people are always so timid to, I'm going to have to spend a whole lot of time with them. No, just, again, that small amount, picking them up from school, taking them to the park, helping them with their homework, getting them some ice cream and bringing them back home is a small glimpse that just brightens those mentees' days.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure. It's because that time is all theirs, and really it's more about the relationship that you build than anything. Like we always tell them, take them to do what you're already doing, so that you're not adding activities to your day that maybe you don't have time for. It's more about the relationship you build than what you do together. So yeah, it's really, it's if you look at your month, if you can find 2 to 4 hours, and I think most of us can, even the very busy among us, you can mentor easily and effectively. So,
And out of that time, I mean, throughout the month, we plan events for them too.
Right.
So like that doesn't even include our planned events for the mentees and mentors to go to.
Right.
So, I mean, and those are all free. They never have to pay for those. So when we go and do those things, it is not a dime out of your pocket. You just get to simply enjoy time with an individual in our community, a youth in our community that just wants to be shown what it is like to have a good mentor in their life.
Right. And it also helps build community because, you know, especially at our outings, the kids have kind of gotten to know each other. We see a lot of the same faces at the outings. And so they might entertain themselves while some of the adults get to talk. It's really nice now that we have a lot of people on our board and just more people involved in general. Kaiva and I as staff can walk around and talk to mentors and really, you know, figure out, you know, what's going on, what's working, what's not working, where do you need help? And so that's been really great too, as we've just kind of built out our community, being able to get to know one another. And I'd say a lot of the mentors are now like my friends. I see them out and about, and it doesn't feel like we're in a volunteer organization together. It just feels like we're friends. So,
and with that, like on the flip side with mentees, we hope too that they see that there's other mentees at these events that maybe they go to school with that they've never connected with that school,
Right.
but they have each other there when their mentor isn't there, that they have each other in their school systems as well.
yes.
So I think that's, you know, I think nowadays it's so hard sometimes for kids to make friends, but they always have a friend in that other mentee that was at that event, or, you know that they are in our organization, that, you know, they're, you know, in the same boat, and they have each other then, you know, inside their school walls.
Yeah, it also really helps with kids that, like, I wasn't in organized sports, so I didn't feel like I totally like crossed paths with kids from other schools.
Right.
And since we serve the whole county and we have kids in all the districts, you know, they're really starting to get to know different people in different parts of the county. So it really helps with those things as well if you're not involved in the organized sports where you're all constantly playing each other and things like that.
That you've got so many good reasons to join, so I love to hear it. It's definitely, you have both the balance of the kids and the mentors, so there's a lot of fantastic things that are going on, it sounds like, and you guys are perfect kind of encapsulating the various different experiences your organization members kind of have. It sounds like we're doing fantastic, which is great. However, you guys are pushing into a certain campaign to get more people involved, right?
Right. So in the month of August, we are running our 31 Supporters in 31 Days Challenge. So basically, we have a supporter interest form on our homepage, and it lists all the different ways you can get involved. And our goal is to get 31 people that either have never been engaged with the organization or have been engaged but maybe have fallen off in the last couple of years, to become engaged with the organization in some way. We have all kinds of ways that you can get involved. We sort of touched on a few of them already. Obviously, mentors are a huge need with 10 kids being on the waiting list. And I think Kaiva is enrolling like 3 or 4 right now. And we have maybe 2 active mentors in process. So we'll be adding to that wait list very shortly. And usually as school ramps up and teachers start to get to know their students and see what their needs are, we get a lot of referrals. So there will be more kids ready to have a mentor soon.
I would imagine with the work that you guys do, there's never a deficit or a slow period of when the kids need help. For adults, just as the kids, you can never plan for something like this. when they need that extra support, having someone in the wings or just someone who you think would be interested and whatnot is super important. So again, even though we've constantly pushed for mentors and whatnot, maybe last year wasn't the time for it, but this year is. You can work around that. So hopefully more people, I mean, there is never going to be a time when you guys can't use the volunteers for mentors, but the beauty of the 31 days is that you guys are also trying to get some other support in other areas, but mentors are really always needed, right?
Exactly. In an ideal world, we'd have a waiting list of mentors and not a waiting list of kids. So
right.
That's always something to keep in mind. If you've ever thought about it before, any of our mentors would be happy to talk to you about it and give you kind of an honest take, like the ups and the downs. It's not always sunshine and rainbows, but it's very rewarding no matter what's going on in the situation. But yes, if mentoring is not something that someone can take on right now, maybe they've got little kids and their schedule is just really jam-packed, we have all kinds of ways you can get involved. One of the big ones would probably be supporting our monthly outings. So we always need people to be at the outings and just kind of supervise. You know, we've got a big group of kids going on.
Right.
It's usually in a public place. I like to go for contained spaces when I'm planning things, but sometimes, you know, we're outside. So just keeping an eye on everyone and making sure no one's running off.
Right.
We also usually serve food at every single one of our outings. So just like serving that food and, you know, all of the little tiny things that go into having a big group of people come together, we could use the support. Our board members do a great job, but they also have a lot of different roles that they have to fulfill, and so adding that onto their plate sometimes can be a bit of an ask, I feel like. Yeah, so we could always use that support, and so our outings, we advertise them on Facebook, and they go in our monthly newsletter, and then there's always a sign-up genius that goes out with every outing. So there will be like volunteer needs for each outing that people can sign up for. Whatever, you know, if you're really interested in something that we're doing, check and see if there's a volunteer spot available, because there always is. And also it's a great, you know, if you're on the fence about mentoring, it's a great way to sort of get involved and see what we're all about and see what our kids are like, and just kind of dip your toe in before you take the big leap and decide to mentor.
I think just thinking of someone that I know personally, if you're, say, an empty nester or you're retired and you don't have anything to go do on the weekends, that would be a perfect opportunity to just be in a community space and have the social interaction. But at the same time, if you need to step back because maybe, you know, the kids are overwhelming the first time, you dip your toes in. You really do.
Yeah, it's a great way to get your feet wet. And
I think too, like as a mother, like of, you know, 2 young kids in our school systems and in our community, you know, like being a mentor is just not on my plate right now.
Right.
I am a board member, so I do involve myself in the board of everything we have to do as board members. But, you know, the best things about those outings is I bring my children. And my kids are involved in the outings, and they love them just as much as I'm sure everybody else loves them. So it's one of those things, like if you are kind of teetering that, well, I am a you know, family that has small kids, but you know, I still want to give time. Bring your kids. We would love to see them too.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
They also have relationships then with our mentees. Like my daughter talks about our outings and talks about the mentees that are there. And you know that long blonde hair girl that she swung me. She was really nice, and that was a mentee. And they love that too. Like we all don't feel like because you have a family that you can't be part of our, because you certainly can. Just involve your family as well. And what a rewarding thing for yourself as a young family, or even a mother of your, you know, children, to get your kids involved in giving back to their community already. Like my kids are already, I'm showing them to give back to our community. And what a better way to do that than with Mentors for Youth, as they are seeking out youth of our community.
So you're a living example.
Yeah.
Your family gets to be the poster
Yeah.
family, but
Yeah.
that's a perfect example because
Yeah.
as younger adults, older adults, adults with kids, I mean, we are all busy, all stressed, all of these things, but that doesn't mean that these kids can't feel that recognition when it's
Yeah.
time to.
And I
that's
can
exciting.
honestly say I go home after an event or after an outing we have, and it is such a rewarding feeling.
Oh, yeah.
Like, my kids are fired up about it. They loved it. Like, who wouldn't want to drive home and just take that deep breath of, hey, job well done today?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like, especially as a parent who the hustle and bustle of life is just a small glimpse of the bigger scheme of life. And what a better way to drive home and honestly take that deep breath of reassurance of, okay, I did it today. And I gave back to my community.
Yes.
That is awesome. I greatly appreciate you sharing that with everyone because you don't know unless you ask or you hear it. And again, there's just the multitude of different ways because, again, we hear, oh, they need mentors. Well, I guess I need to not, maybe I'm not right for that. But you guys still are offering so many different avenues to volunteer or contribute financially or otherwise.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's just so much.
And I think that our 31-day push, it doesn't have to be a commitment.
Yeah.
It's just showing your presence. That's it.
Yes.
Right.
That's all that we're asking, is just showing that you took that first step of wanting to be part of something.
Yes, definitely. So, so many different ways to start. How best can they contact Mentors for Youth or kind of kick off the process? And again, remind us of the submission form.
Right. So the goal for the 31 supporters in 31 days is to get 31 people to fill out our supporter interest form. And that is located on our homepage. It is www.mentors4youth.com. And as soon as you pull that website up, it's right there. We have a nice little video if you want to learn a little bit more about what we do or see some of the faces that we've been talking about in this interview. And then right there is the submission. And so basically, again, when you're submitting this form, you're not making any sort of commitment.
Right.
It's almost like an inquiry, especially when it comes to the volunteer and like mentoring positions or board and committee positions. It's an inquiry like, I might be interested in doing this. Let's meet up. And so you'll get an email that kind of confirms your submission, and then I will get a confirmation that you submitted, and I will reach out and try to set up a time to meet with you so that we can discuss a little bit further what the time commitment looks like and how this can fit into your life. So again, not a commitment, just a like, I might be interested in doing this.
And I think, like we said earlier, is, like, we are willing to structure your commitment around your schedule. Any little bit of your dedication is what we want. So whether that is just dropping something off, whether that's volunteering, whether that's taking the leap of becoming a committee member, or whether that's a large leap into being part of our organization and being a mentor, we are willing to structure that around your time frame.
Very good. And as always, you guys are online on social media. I presume maybe not stop by the office without announcing, but definitely give you guys a call because you guys are busy and everywhere. So for having staff of only 2 people, that's tough. But
yes.
I can imagine again, there's so much that you guys sitting down here and telling us about all of these needs that you have. You can really see how much you guys are doing behind the scenes that you normally wouldn't. So we definitely appreciate this 31-day push because it's something definitely unique, and we hope maybe you get one person from this, maybe more, hopefully more, of course. But thank you, ladies, so much. It's exciting to hear that Mentors for Youth has continued to grow since our last visit, and to hear that you guys are still doing some amazing things for our community.
Thank you so much for having us, and we'll take any chance we get to share what we're really passionate about. So thank you.
Very good. That's the right answer, I think. But thank you so much, and thank you so much at home for watching. This has been your 18 WJTS In.form with Mentors for Youth, and again, you can find them online or give them a call if you're interested in just helping out in some way, shape, or form. And we are local people watching local people.